Basalt in Grand Rapids is getting ready to reopen as a new concept. Soon, the spot on Wealthy Street will be known as Asada on Wealthy. And joining us is Stephen Martinez from Asada. Stephen, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Absolutely.
Why the change?
Yeah, well, we've been, Basalt has been at that spot on Wealthy Street in Easttown for about 4 years now. And through that time, we've seen a lot happen. We opened right after COVID, after kind of the peak of COVID. And we've seen a lot of changes in consumer behavior, and we're starting to see another big change happening over the last 5 or 6 months, really kind of since the election. And, alongside that, we've seen a number of restaurants in West Michigan close. I think 8 in Grand Rapids specifically this year so far. My concern is that that's not just an anomaly, but that's a pattern that's going to be emerging over the course of the year. And in a really challenging industry, we wanted to see what can we do to help make sure that we're more stable and to make sure that folks who are coming in are getting what they need.
Yeah, so what is that big shift that you guys are moving toward? I know that you guys are moving from one concept to another, but it's designed to be a little more cost effective.
Yeah, exactly. So Basalt has always been really focused on local ingredients, on made from scratch, on a really high quality, high tier experience. But it's also a breakfast and brunch concept, which in West Michigan, as a kind of diner-focused area, has really made it tough to compete because our prices have always been considerably higher. That plus our community giving, our business structure, which makes sure that we're paying our employees a fair living wage, and a couple of other things, means that we've had to have these higher prices. And now people are spending less, they're going out less, and so we're trying to figure out what can we do to not compromise our values and our mission statement, but make sure that we're meeting the community where they're at. So the goal with Asada is to have a menu that is a little bit more broadly appealing, that we can execute at a lower price point, and that lets people come out more often and feel good about spending that money.
And still feel like they get to support your business that you guys have been established there in the Wealthy Street neighborhood. So it sounds like this is kind of a trend, like you were saying. When you first realized that this is where the economy and the market of what you guys do is going, how long ago would you say you realized that, and was that the conversation, the beginning of the conversation of we need to do something different?
Yeah, I actually had a meeting with my staff in early October to start talking about what we might need to do. One of the first things that we did was actually change our tortilla program. So until October of last year, we were making tortillas from scratch in-house, even importing corn from Mexico and using a local corn grown at a farm in the Holland area. And so, looking at these things and figuring out what do our guests really, really care about, and what are the things that maybe we love but aren't so essential to the experience. And so having that meeting with the staff and saying, hey, we're going to make some pretty serious changes, but here's why, and it's because we want to stay within our values and with our mission statement, and we want to still be here in a year. So we started making those changes, about early mid-October last year.
I think it's important because, it is such, I won't say a struggle, but it does seem like every other day there's something different closing down or something different changing the way that they're doing things. And it's nice to see a local business be so resilient in a time that might seem a little uncertain for you guys.
Absolutely. So with some of the changes that you all are making, what are things though that people can still kind of count on to be very similar if they did enjoy them?
So we're staying within the realm of Tex-Mex. Basalt is a Tex-Mex brunch concept, and Asada is going to be kind of like a neighborhood Tex-Mex grill concept. So the name comes from, everybody I think is familiar with carne asada, right? And so Asada is a style of cooking, but it is also an event. So in parts of Southern California and Texas, you might invite somebody to your Asada, and that could be friends and family, that could be people from church, that could be neighbors. I remember one of the last Asadas that I went to when I still lived in Houston was a guy I was dating at the time. I went and met his family, and I was invited to an Asada. So it was kind of a big deal, but it was casual, it was inviting, it was fun, and it kind of usually turns into a party by the end of it. So we really want to have this fun neighborhood vibe that's welcoming, that's inviting to everybody who's around. and that's really approachable.
Yeah, you were talking about your original mission statement that you guys set out to accomplish in your community. How does this still accomplish that while also bridging the gap to meet consumers where they're at?
Yeah, so our mission statement is to build community through food.
Oh, there you go.
I think that yeah,
I was like, you're doing that. There you go.
So I don't think there's really anything more powerful than gathering around a table or around a meal to build community, to build fellowship. And so when we're looking at that mission statement, we have to meet folks where they are. And what I'm hearing is that folks are worried about the economy, they're worried about the government, they're worried about politics, and it makes it really tough for them to go spend a lot of money, even if they feel good about supporting a local business, when they're not sure if they're going to have their job, they're not sure what's going to happen 6 months from now.
I love that you as a business owner are balancing, your personal values and beliefs as well as meeting, society where it's at, and merging those two things. What would you say to business owners that might be thinking it's not possible to have both, because you are kind of showing that it is?
Yeah, well, look, it's really challenging, and I don't know if this is going to work. I hope it will.
Yeah.
But I think that we live in a time where there's this idea that business is business, and then everything else is separate. And part of the reason that I found Basalt was because I had gotten to a point where I was pretty burnt out working for people in places that didn't see me as a person. And I think that is a really common story, especially in the restaurant industry. So, that definitely has led to some of the challenges that we faced over the last 4 years, because I refuse to pay people less than what they're worth. I refuse to compromise on values. But overall, we have a much better workplace. We have people who come in and they feel that this is a good place where people are welcome and treated as a person first. And it's built a really strong core community, which is the reason that we're able to do this pivot at all. Because without that core community, this would be one of the riskiest moves that we could possibly make.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we get the point across of when you guys are shifting to this new concept. Yeah. When will the new Asada be open there?
Yeah, so the last day of Basalt in Easttown is April 13th. And the first day of Asada is April 18th. So it's a really fast turnaround.
Quick turnaround. Change the sign.
Yeah.
Lights are back
Rip the sign off and
Yeah.
then decorate and create an Asada. That's pretty cool. Well, we appreciate your time, Stephen.
Absolutely.
And of course, good luck with this new concept. I'm going to go check it out.
Absolutely.
It sounds good. I want to go to an Asada, a little party. I guess.
Can't go wrong.
I know.
I'm with you, Tanner. Let's go together.
Let's do it.